Maybe this is just the game's way of saying that it doesn't want to see splat zones on the shopping center.
No, it probably doesn't. You know, those
closed for the day.
Yeah, those shop employees, those shop owners really don't want these inklings just running around throwing ink everywhere.
Yeah, we've had enough cleanups on aisle 9 for one day. Maybe the stack sold out and they have to restock the stack.
I wonder what they're selling in those stacks. You ever think about that?
Yeah, well, they have like cardboard over a lot of the stock so it doesn't get damaged. But I know, like, you can look into a lot of the fridges and a lot of the shelves to see what's there, and there's a lot of like cereals and very bright and colorful products. But I haven't perused the shelves too much myself. I'm usually under fire when I'm on that map.
Yeah, no time for cereal where you're getting shot at, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you missed breakfast, that's on you.
Just eating a bowl of cereal, sitting on zone, just behind the cover.
Yeah,
just,
at least if it's tower control, you can ride tower while you eat your breakfast.
That's true. It's true. I don't think you'll be able to eat breakfast while you're holding Rainmaker, though. I don't think so.
No, definitely not. That thing is heavy. You will spill it everywhere. Okay, we can kind of see there are like shipping containers on stack. So that's a nice visual. It's like they're like shipping boxes. The containers are off to the side.
So this isn't really a mart. It's more of just like the back loading area.
Yeah, I mean, like you can see the mart in the distance there. This is more of a loading area, but there is stock available. You can climb some cereal boxes on the side of the map. All right, we have 8 players. We still have 8 players.
Yes, our stocks in this game are going up, and it seems that nothing's happened so far. And yeah, both teams are just running in to get that. See if they can try and get an early cap of the zone. Both teams just kind of waffling around each other. Draco! No, that's the brush there. Sorry, I thought Draco was in the brush there, but he's not. This brush here, I think this is Attic. If I'm a betting man, this is Attic here on the brush.
Yeah. Picking up a clean 2v1 double. Not something you usually see, but if the brush is aware, they can pull that kind of play off. Zone firmly in the Japanese team's favor. There is not a lot of maneuvering Daycare can do. They're pretty much shut in, and no splats have gone against them.
No, it's just this unknown team, or unknown to us. This team is just really very strong. Just not letting Daycare in at all. We've seen Daycare do this against other teams, but no other team has been able to do it against them. But 2 are down. I think 2 of the strikes at least. No, just that push gets immediately shut down by a wipeout. That's a game, that seems.
Yeah.
The strikes coming out to confirm it. Didn't really need it, but Daycare is down 1. I don't think we only saw that when Krill was up against Krill Switch. Are they going to be able to bring it back?
I mean, I don't know. That seems fairly oppressive to me. At least for a Splat Zones game, there were really no splats from Daycare. I mean, that's just so strong. How do you compete with that?
I don't know. I think to compete with that, you just have to compete even harder. Just try again. Just try and do better next time, I guess.
Yep, well, we've got more game ahead of us. We will see the counter pick from Daycare here.
Yeah, only other time we've seen Daycare counter pick. I forgot what they chose. I think it was.
We saw them pick Tower Control Mako Mart, so.
Well, can't choose Mako Mart again.
Can they not?
Can they? Maybe they forgot something at the store and then you'd go back and grab it.
Exactly, right? Second shop run. You gotta pick up those groceries you missed. I can report as well, Losers Bracket Semis has gone to Spellbound in a 3-0, so they will be moving on to the Losers Bracket Final. We'll be saying goodbye to Krill Switch in the bottom half of this bracket. Do we have a counter pick from Daycare? Not yet by the looks of things. We're still waiting on that. Obviously, they're probably still reeling a bit from that match result. It has come through. We are playing on Rainmaker Umami Ruins. The second time we're seeing Rainmaker Umami in this tournament.
It's a pretty good map mode. We've talked about it before. It's very interesting. Those two streets coming, just like splitting the map in half basically. Top mid, very important position, especially for a anchor player. It's just not a lot is on this map, but what is there really makes an impact.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get to see a bit more of it in this game. Last game we saw a pretty decisive push to checkpoint, a bit of a hold from the pickup team, and then a knockout. So maybe we don't see a knockout immediately on this one. Maybe we get a bit more back and forth.
Yeah, we see here Daycare coming out with, I think, the Zap, which they didn't have last time. A Gal range blaster, and pretty much almost the same comp there on the other team. The Brush again coming out, going for a wide flank around the side. Gets called out immediately and goes down to, I think, the Range Blaster being able to poke around the corner. Daycare with an early cooler ready to go, picking up the Rainmaker immediately.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of very fast pushes from this Ink Rush. It only has to pay off once to actually work out for the team. You can see a 2 splat there is going to allow that checkpoint to be cleared, and it's a very early checkpoint to clear. But this is where the momentum starts to stall a bit. We've got Tri-Strikes being fired out onto the enemy Bats, which is going to really slow down Daycare's push, but an excellent shot from the Blaster is going to shut down the Rainmaker early. They're not able to pick up the third, but 2 splats should allow their team to get a bit more control over the map.
Yeah, Edit there just kind of like just focusing on the Rainmaker shield, as it does do a lot of range, a lot of object damage there. Picks it up, trying to get a few more points, puts it in a very good spot for Daycare to defend, and now Daycare just has to come in and just clean up. The decav from this other team is fighting to keep Daycare from getting any further out, goes down to the Range Blaster here, gets the Splashdown, comes out, gets the Hammer, gets another one as well.
Yeah, this is some amazing work from the Blaster here, really applying a lot of pressure to the entire enemy team, allowing the rest of the team to do the work they need to do. Checkpoint cleared for Daycare. It definitely looked like there was a very confident push earlier just for points. They didn't think the push could be beaten, so we might see a bit of a slower playstyle now from our mystery team.
Yeah, 23 on this map is a very hard one to get past. A lot of maps you can probably just get to 22 just like very easily, probably just like has to go for just one past little choke point. For this game, the entire route now is just one giant choke point.
Yeah, there's a couple of routes about it, but not many of them are viable. We've got a lot of firepower coming out here, a Whale trying to find some players, but the Burst Bomb in the end going to be the key to taking that point down, but slashed through Daycare's defense. We don't see anyone remaining, and that is going to be a very aggressive push immediately following.
Yeah, the Decav here just immediately running towards the entrance of Daycare, putting down that bubble, holding its space, goes down to, I think, an unfortunate bomb or something like that. And the Rainmaker...
Yeah, bomb on the big bubbler, I think.
Yeah, we see here the Rainmaker taking up a very wide angle, trying to survive just a little bit longer, trying to dance around the Range Blaster. Blaster gets the pick. Rainmaker is down in a very awkward position for both teams. The Splashdown comes out, does find one. Daycare is now 3 up, it seems.
Still having this Decavitator is proving to be a massive problem. Finally goes down, but it's cost them a lot of time, which means retaking mid will be all that harder for Daycare. With only a minute 50 left, they've got a very hard score to beat. Can they get the momentum they need?
Only a minute 50 left. This game has gone by pretty quick, despite it not getting knocked out at all from either team. Daycare now has the Rainmaker, goes down to, like, I think a very well-placed shot from the bucket over top mid.
Yeah, we've got George now with the Splash Wall and Whale combo to try to find those elusive players on the mystery team. Rainmaker's going to be able to find some damage as well. That's going to provide some problems to deal with. Ultra Stamp manages to stay out for a while, and the yeet lands on the Rainmaker. What a good throw, managing to shoot that gap between the checkpoint podium and the cover. That was a very clutch throw. That could have been quite bad for the mystery team.
Yeah, and with that lucky throw now, Daycare has has to put in a lot of effort to be able to get onto the entrance of this mystery team. Rainmaker does get picked up, is really far ahead, goes down, and it's the wipeout!
I mean, you could see it there. Daycare realized it was their moment. They jumped on the opportunity as they could. There was not enough space. The score that was already achieved by the mystery team, too much for that moment. And because they went all in, they went all out.
Rainmaker really wanted to get lead there. Off of... Ooh!
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be a Zipcaster splat on the Rainmaker carrier, but didn't quite pay out. However, with only one player left up, it's that Decapitator again for the mystery team. They are going to be jumping back. They've got a lot of room to defend here, so this overtime push is going to have to be a Herculean effort. Inkbrush already finds one, trades back. We're seeing some fire from below from the blaster as well. They retreat and go back to the mid. Splashdown doesn't find anyone. They push against 3 players. I don't think there's anywhere for them to go. This is looking ill-fated to me.
Yeah, that was a very clutch bubble there from the decav, able to stop the blaster from being able to shoot anywhere onto their entrance, their plat. I think that's what that's called, and that is Daycare. Not Daycare. That is the mystery team taking another point off of Daycare. I was trying to say, it's not looking good for Daycare, it seems.
No, I mean, that was a lot closer. They were able to get quite close to the enemy scoreline in that one significant push, so it's not out of the realm of possibility for Daycare to take points in this set, but they are running out of time. There is only one game left before the winner's bracket is decided, and we have a team going through to grand finals.
Yeah, Daycare really needs to put all their effort into getting their momentum started again. What map do you think they're going to choose here?
I think we're probably going to see some tower control. Daycare have been playing very well on tower control today. We saw some excellent clutch plays from Draco and quite a lot of good splats from Tiger and the rest of the team. So I think they do have some momentum to be played in tower control. I don't know if they'll go back to Mako Mart because they've already been overwhelmed there. We might see a map that has a bit more defensive breathing room, potentially past the first checkpoint.
Right, they have done very well on tower control, especially in such a desperate situation as they are in here. Last time they played tower control, they were able to sneak in just that one point to snag the lead from Killswitch. They might be trying to go for that again, seeing as they do work well under pressure on tower control.
Yeah, maybe we'll see more of like a Robo-Roman tower control, or maybe a Sturgeon Shipyard tower control, something that's like a bit off meta, something you wouldn't super be practiced on, but might be able to catch your opponent off guard. Okay, the map has come in. It looks like we're going back to Splat Zones on Scorch Gorge of all places.
Pretty interesting zones map indeed, as half the zone is taken up by that huge tower in the middle of the map. Ooh.
Yeah, it gives me Blackbelly Skate Park vibes every time. But this zone is massive. It takes a lot of work to get it under control, and there's a lot of high ground that can fire upon it, so playing defense and just keeping paint on zone isn't as hard as actually taking the zone. So we're going to need to see some very aggressive plays. We know that Daycare are capable of it, but they need to deal with that pesky Decapitator if they're going to have any chance at moving around the map freely.
Oh, and Decav is I think is a very good choice on this map, as there's a lot of space to just kind of like sit and just wait for the opponent to drop, especially on the opening or like at any time they're trying to retake or defend. There's a lot of ledges you have to drop from. There's not like a direct way onto zone except for dropping into a decav, a well-placed decav.
Absolutely, I have no doubts we'll see something along those lines. Other than that, it's a fairly easy map to hold your base on, but very hard map to lock out your opponent because you have to push in so far to make that happen and take a lot of risks in doing so. Not something I think is out of the realm of possibility with these teams, especially if you get a good 3-down situation. You can usually push someone over that bridge and then get the rest of the team to jump in. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot more work to get an easy knockout on a map like this.
Yeah. And we see, if we're going to see a Brush again from this mysterious team, Brush is really good at going across grates, as you still retain a lot of movement going over the grates. And we do see the Brush, and an S-Blast as well.
I'm so happy to see Splatoon and Wiper getting some game time today. That really makes me happy. And yeah, S Plus, as you mentioned, not something you see very often.
No. Oh, we see here the Gallows going for a far right push there, having to fall back to help out the teammate. Wiper goes down, Strikes come out to try and contest zone just a little bit longer. 3 down on the side of Daycare, that's unfortunate. And we see here both Blaster and the Bucket just running across grades.
They cool it up too, so they can make it there in no time flat. Wiper is not able to stand a chance against the indirect damage. George J also losing out. The Splash Wall not going to protect them against the Slosher. Ultra Stamp's in position as well to provide that extra pressure. And look at this lockout. This is nasty.
Yeah, and they have to, Daycare has to use their strikes in order to be able to get back into their own spawn. But they just, doesn't seem like they're allowed to really move around their own spawn. They do get 2 down, but that is a lot of space to retake, especially when the edit can provide jumps in with Cooler as well. Both strikes come out, able, not really doing much for either team except for just like, you know, being a big hitbox to stop people from moving around. We see a lot of team brushes already pushed up into Daycare's spawn. Draco here has to fall back into their right pit, is fighting the S-Blast. S-Blast gets a pick against the Wiper. And this another one goes down. It is just a knockout here from this mysterious team that is 3-0 against Daycare.
Yeah, devastating stuff. We saw the early 3 down situation really snowballed against Daycare. They didn't have a lot of room to maneuver. They kept losing player after player and not being able to trade their splats back. And yeah, I mean, I've got to hand it to our mysterious team. Running a Slosher and Brush Comp is not always easy. You don't have a lot of ways to confirm your splats, but against the lineup that we were seeing from Daycare, it proved very effective.
Yeah, it just goes to show how skilled these mysterious players are, just being able to run a very difficult comp and do very well with it.
Alright, well that is going to be our mysterious team moving through to grand finals with the bracket reset on their side. That is going to be Daycare dropping down to face off against Spellbound in the losers bracket final, which is the match we will be watching next.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun match seeing Daycare having to fight their way back in order to get a rematch against this mysterious team if they win that. Because Spellbound could get the win against Daycare and fight this mysterious team themselves.
They've already fought them in winners bracket semi, and it was a 3-0 as well. It's looking like both of these teams are going to have to fight off to face against a Goliath of a team. It's going to be tricky. But we will be back very shortly to bring you exactly that. Losers bracket final, Daycare versus Spellbound. Don't go anywhere.